Well, I agree with Sarah 100% about the doing uncomfortable things. I had this new home group I'm in, the Booker, is constantly looking for people to go on speaking commitments. And I'm so shy with these new people that I haven't even shared at this meeting. Well, I shared once in 6 months because I was called on, so I couldn't say no. And he's asking me to go on speaker meetings every week. And I pulled him aside finally, and I said, "Look, Richie," I said, "it's great what you do. It's a hard job getting people, to go out on speaking commitments. I know, but I'm not a speaker, and um, I'm a listener. My sponsor told me not to share in meetings anymore because everything that comes out of my mouth is negative. So until I can share something positive, don't share." Um, the point I'm trying to make is similar to Sarah's. Like, if I spent my whole life trying to avoid uncomfortable situations, that's where the alcohol came in, of course, because if I had to face something that I didn't want to face, like breaking up with a girlfriend, there's hundreds of things, the solution would be to drink because that would like numb out, you know, my brain for a while. The problem would still be there the next day, along with a hangover. But just to get that instant relief that comes with a shot of vodka, within seconds, really, and then like not give a shit, you know, get the effits and not care, for an hour or two until the bottle's empty or you pass out. Uh, And so a total life of avoiding situations that used to baffle us. One of the promises, we will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. I love that promise, and I've seen it come true in sobriety so many times. It's not instantaneous. I'll give you a quick example. Um, about 2 months ago, my 17-year-old cat started getting ill, some kind of lung problem breathing. Went to the vet 3 times, all sorts of medications and steroids and, like stuff to shoot into her mouth, to help her breathe, asthma medications. No response. She just kept getting worse and worse and worse. Her breathing getting lower and lower and lower, slower. What a horrible situation to watch someone you love fade like that and know that at that age they're going down. And but yet, you know, it was a situation that baffled me, even though I've been there. This is the seventh pet I've had who's died. They all reached 17. So I knew what was happening. But I could not bring myself to make the decision that I needed to make, which was to take her in and have her euthanized in a humane way to the vet. Even though my foster son is animal control officer in Bergen County, and when I used to patrol with him, we must have euthanized hundreds of deer who were flopping around on the side of the road because they got hit by cars. And I had no issue with that because we're putting them out of their misery, actually doing them a favor because the coyotes would just come and eat them alive if they were left there. But I could not bring myself to let go of this cat after 17 years as a companion. And my mind kept going back and forth. We have all have that thing, I think, like, Steve, you know what the right thing to do is. You got to take her into the vet and have her euthanized. She's dying. She's dying in front of you. It's creating such stress in me. Like, I would wake up in the middle of the night to see if she was still breathing. wake up in the morning, is she still going to be alive? It was pitiful. It was so sad, and and then the other side of my voice would say, like, no, maybe she'll recover. Why don't you give her another couple of weeks? Take her back to the vet. Maybe there's some other medication that we can try. La 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 la. Back and forth and back and forth and back and forth for 8 weeks. And then finally, intuitively, this situation that was baffling me, I knew what to do. Well, I had known what to do all along, I guess, but it was such an uncomfortable thing that I tried to avoid it. I can't avoid it anymore with alcohol, but I can use distractions. I can go for a walk, I can go to a meeting, I can go shopping, food shopping, I could wash the car. There's like dozens of things that I could watch a movie, anything to distract myself from. This is the decision that you need to make. This is the thing you need to do. That. Do it. Keep your side of the street clean. You've been through this before, and this is what you have to do. So, in any kind of situation that I feel uncomfortable with, speaking commitments, speaking at a meeting in front of people who are still, in my mind, strangers after 6 months, um, I try to avoid that, as I've always tried to avoid uncomfortable situations. I don't want to be put in an uncomfortable situation. I seek comfort. I seek serenity. It's really funny. I'll close with this. These people that go on the speaking commitments that the Booker convinces them that they need to go on, that it's part of your job in AA to go to a speaking commitment. When they come back and they say, yeah, I'm really glad I went on that speaking commitment, I felt sick all day long. I was sick with anticipation. I was sick with fear. I was sick to my stomach. I was trying to come up with excuses to call and tell them, no, I can't go. I got diarrhea or something. Just anxiety, you know. But as soon as, like, I stood up in front of the room, uh, I just knew what to say, and I said it, and then I felt better afterwards. For my, God bless speakers. I know there's speakers here listening to me. God bless you. You've helped me, but I cannot do that. I cannot do that. And I intuitively know how to handle the situation. I avoid it. That's all I had to share today. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you, Steve. We're glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. Let's see who's next.